Paladama and Terra Nora, all given very good chances there. In a very open race, as they always are for the mares, but this is run at...
For value in this race because it's they're a very even bunch.
Exactly, 10.50 and 3.60 for Self-Interest. Toad favourite at the moment would be Little Miss Quick, backing up from the Saab on Saturday. OK, just about ready. Last couple coming up. Now, Lady Mulroy goes up to her gate near the outside, and they're ready to go. 16 mares set, Early Bird the inside. Serious Drink likes to go forward in the gold colours out in gate number 3. Paladama in the purple cap, purple sleeves, a bit fractious. Stand up here at the 2,000, ready to go. Line is good now, just waiting for the signal from behind. Off and running. And Early Bird on the inside, bounced away quickly. Self-Interest and Tickle My out quickly here with Serious Drink. Damasceno further out on the track, and so's Gold Lottie when they settle down. At Serious Drink just led. Gold Lottie trying to get over from the outside, pushing forward now from Damasceno. Self-Interest further back, Early Bird. Paladama and out 3 deep early now, Tickle My. Further back, Maybe Arch, followed by Yakama. Further back in the race, Little Miss Quick and Venus was a name very deep. Back on the inside, then Terra Nora. Part of Jeune, followed by Keys. A length and a half further back, Lady Mulroy. Something Hot last of all at the 1,400 metre mark. Serious Drink took it up and slowed up in front, just on a length in front of Gold Lottie. 2.5 further back in the race, Damasceno. Self-Interest got up to 4th inside it. 2.5 Early Bird, 1 Tickle My. A length further back, Paladama over on the inside. They're followed outside it by Venus was a name. Keys is wide but travelling forward. A length further back in the race, Yakama. Little Miss Quick out 3 deep. Maybe Arch the fence. 1.5 to Part of Jeune, followed by Terra Nora. And 2 to Lady Mulroy is back at the tail with Something Hot. At the 950 metre mark, Serious Drink just on a length in front of Gold Lottie. A length and a half further back, Self-Interest third. 4th the outside, Damasceno. 2 to Tickle My. They're followed by Keys. Always 3 deep from Early Bird the rail. Further back then Paladama, followed by Venus was a name. Little Miss Quick from Yakama, followed by Maybe Arch, Terra Nora. Part of Jeune, second to last is Lady Mulroy, and last of all is Something Hot coming around the turn. Serious Drink, Gold Lottie. Damasceno 3 out, Tickle My 4 out. When they turn from Keys has been wide all the way. Self-Interest, Early Bird behind them. Paladama about to get a run. Terra Nora locked away. In the street, Gold Lottie quickly took it up at the 350 and got to the front. Damasceno comes at Gold Lottie now. 2.5 Paladama. Then Tickle My. Down the outside is Little Miss Quick from Part of Jeune and Terra Nora. Damasceno in front now from Gold Lottie down at the 200. Coming after them, Tickle My. Terra Nora with a late run. With Venus was a name and Little Miss Quick, but Damasceno's in front. She's getting tired. She'll find the line though. Damasceno, a half length Little Miss Quick. Third home, Terra Nora. From Venus was a name from Tickle My, Gold Lottie. Then Maybe Arch further back in the race. Then came Early Bird, Paladama, Lady Mulroy, Yakama from Part of Jeune. Paladama pulled up quickly after the line from Keys. Self-Interest. Further back then Something Hot and Serious Drink, which led them up, has run last.
Number 5, Damasceno, $13.20 and $4 for Dan Nikolic. Number 8 is second, Little Miss Quick at $2.50. 10 Terra Nora, $3.40.
And they're at the start, Newcastle, race 2. The favourites are covered at $1.40 the win and $1.20 a place.
Come after it pretty quickly. Little Miss Quick, Venus was a name, and Terra Nora making ground. But Damasceno finds the line in time here. Number 5, ridden by Dan Nikolic. Number 8 is second, Little Miss Quick, Greg Charles, coming with a late run out in the centre of the track. Terra Nora probably a little unlucky, got held up a couple of times in the running and did her best work late to get into third, number 10, in 2 minutes, 0.6. 2 minutes, 0.6, 5, 8, 10 and 11. 5, 8, 10 and 11. A few of them got caught wide and didn't get in, particularly Keys, couldn't get in at any point. Little Miss Quick had to track deep, so too certainly did Venus was a name, so particularly Quick and Venus was a name. They were both excellent runs. It's 5, 8, 10, 11.
And the Toads, 5 Damasceno, Danny Nikolic, $13.20 the win, $4 a place. 8 Little Miss Quick, $2.50. 10 Terra Nora third, $3.40. Quinella, $45. Exacta, $93.20. The trifecta, $912.10. And the first 4, 5, 8, 10 and 11, $8,184.80.
Tab dividends for Xenia Mortgages Parramatta. Refinance your home and have cash in your pocket within 7 days. Conditions apply. Phone 9891 6666.
Now about to move in, race 2 at Newcastle. Secovit, $1.40 the win, $1.30 a place. Number 3, Homegrown. Its second pick at $3.70, $1.10. Matthews tips at 2, 3 and 5.
Flemington race 4 openers. 1 Chester County, $2.10. 2 Cobbermuse at 26. 3 Koala, $9.50. 4 Domine, $13. 5 Sir Craigley, $9.60. 6 Ice Cream, $9.80. 7 Coolaz 15, number 8 Deputy Head Luke Curry 53, 9 Natural Blitz 24, 10 Anshintaro 20, 11 Cape Kennedy $10 and 12 Chatline 54. Early favourite number 1, tips are 1, 11, 3 and 4. The late mile is 1. That race goes at 1:45.
Now moving in Newcastle, then we go to Doomben, race 1. Number 2 is Dougal's Luck at 7.20, 170. Sneem, tote favourite, 150 $1. 4 is Vassar, 8.9.
Little Miss Quick and pulling to the outside. Yakama starting a run. Terranora well back and held up as they swing the corner, and then maybe Arch. Bunching at the bend, Serious Drink joined by Gold Lottie, Damasceno. Tickle My under the whip wider out, and then Key. Self-Interest trying to work clear. Next is Early Bird trying to work into the clear now, but it's held up at the moment. Down the outside comes Little Miss Quick. Damasceno at the 300 moved up to Gold Lottie. Peladama's next, and then Keys, followed by Venus Was a Name and Terranora. Damasceno in front with 120 metres to go from Gold Lottie, Tickle My, Terranora and Little Miss Quick coming the outside. Damasceno in front. Little Miss Quick drives late, but Damasceno beats Little Miss Quick by 3/4. Terranora, I think, will grab third. Then Venus Was Her Name the outside. Tickle My and Gold Lottie close up, followed in by Yakama, Maybe Arch, Peladama, Lady Melroy. They were trailed further back then by part of Jean Keys, and then Something Hot, Self-Interest and Serious Drink.
Dan Nikolic, the winning rider, and Damasceno at nice odds, $12.60 and $5. Little Miss Quick getting second, and Terranora, who was probably the unlucky runner there, getting third. The Quinella, it's paid $53.30, $156.10 exacta, $993 the 5-8-10 trifecta, and 5-8-10-11. The first 4, $8,184.80. $63 was the...
Traralgon Greyhound Racing Club invites you to Latrobe Valley's first ever dual code race meeting. Horse racing and greyhound racing are set to join forces at Glenview Park Friday, November 15. Join Sky Channel's Andrew Bensley live trackside as the Thoroughbred program presents the annual Building Industry Day. And on the greyhound card, see the running of the $30,000 Group 2 Traralgon Cup. So Friday, November 15, come and see top performers from both codes at Glenview Park, Traralgon.
It's here. It's Nivea Massage Girls Day Out.
It's Nivea Visage Girls Day Out at Rosehill Gardens. Girls receive a free show bag and someone will win a 1-carat diamond solitaire. Plus there's tarot card readers and clairvoyants. So girls, come join the party. Making music to watch them fly.
Now, runners are starting to move in for this second event at Randwick, and Good Go Late Mythological now equal favourite with Power Surge, and Martoom is the other one who's had very good support. Here's Ian now for race 2.
Well, Chris, best back runner is number 5, Mythological. It's been very, very well tried here. Mythological, very, very heavily backed. On the tote is currently $3.50 and $1.60. As Matthew joins us now, just repeating the news that Mythological has been very heavily supported here in the ring, is in 3/4 of a point and runs as a clear favourite. On the tote in New South Wales, $3.40, but is shorter than that in on-course betting operations. Equal favourite on the tote, Mythological, with number 2, Power Surge. Power Surge being better in the ring, and Martoom has eased a little in the ring and is better than the $4.50 by just a fraction. Gold Mark to come up with Flatter, the first of the day, won by a nice filly. Number 8, Polar Success, Jay Sheehan. B10, the favourite, Shamika. 7, La Riata, third, and 9 ran fourth, and that was Rising Dane. Gold Mark and Flatter are the two out. Gold Mark not relishing the task of entering the stalls. The favourite, Mythological, trained by John Hawkes. And... last time a little bit slowly away, found the line pretty well over the concluding stages. Gold Mark still refusing to enter, and the rider has dismounted. I refer to Brent Stanley. Alan Robinson riding Flatter, just wiping a little bit of sweat from the reins and the neck of the horse. But Gold Mark wants to be anywhere bar at the races, obviously, at this stage. They trot him up, but he sidles to the gates. One filly engaged here, and that is Mammoth. Gold Mark, Esidarius, Mythological, Martoom and Flatter Geldings, Power Surge and Newcastle Crown Colts. And still Gold Mark defies the handlers. Now another effort made, but no. Down to 280 in New South Wales now, number 5 Mythological, 280. Flatter, for those of you watching on screen now, in the Martin Power colours. Mythological just easing a fraction in the ring. Power Surge tightens marginally, only marginally, so in the last minute or so, little money Power Surge's way, just pushing Mythological out a fraction, but still a clear favourite, Mythological in the ring, and certainly on the tote now, 280 as compared with Power Surge 380. Now they will position Gold Mark. Yep, he's right. And Robbo's given the towel quite a bit of use on Flatter. Throws it out the right-hand side. And Flatter is about to come up. Flatter is in. And we're ready for the National Rugby League Coogee Dolphins handicap. Starter has the button. Press the same, and there they go, and Mythological immediately back to last, and Power Surge is the leader narrowly, taken on by Flatter and headed by that horse. Newcastle Crown is third, followed by Esidarius, and wider out is Mammoth, then Mythological on the inside of Martoom, and 2.5 lengths further away is Gold Mark. Flatter given rein by Alan Robinson, goes down to the 1200, leading by just under 2 lengths now on Power Surge. Newcastle Crown is running third, and at its quarters on the outside Esidarius, 1.5 lengths to Mammoth. Mythological followed on its outside by Martoom, and 2.5 to Gold Mark. Out of the back straight they travel along to the 950, coming to the High Street side, and Flatter under restraint shows the way a couple of lengths on Power Surge, 1 length and 3/4 to Newcastle Crown, 3/4 Esidarius the outside, 1 length the Mammoth, and then comes Mythological on the inside of Martoom at a couple of lengths to Gold Mark. This is the pattern as they work their way by the 700, and the leader Flatter 1.5 lengths on Power Surge, Mammoth in the third spot, followed by Newcastle Crown. Gold Mark is starting a run. Esidarius is under pressure. Mythological over on the rails, and Martoom hooking a little wider now as they swing into the straight, and Flatter's been the leader from the word go, and up the rise comes Flatter, 1 length on Power Surge, followed by Gold Mark, and Martoom's on the extreme outside, then Newcastle Crown. Mythological second last as they reach the distance and past it. Flatter's gone, and Power Surge, Gold Mark, and Martoom. Here's Martoom descending down the outside quickly, races to the lead, and Martoom comes away from Power Surge and Gold Mark, and Martoom wins it nicely from Power Surge and Gold Mark, and then came Mythological with Flatter. Newcastle Crown next, then Mammoth and Esidarius finished last. 3, 2 and 8 will be the numbers here. Number 3 Martoom, ridden by Johnny Grisdale, will be the winner. Power Surge, number 2, Chris Munn second, at 8, Gold Mark, Brent Stanley in third spot. The winner by Suave Dancer from Egyptian Secret, trained by Kim Moore, ridden by Johnny Grisdale, just bided his time and waited, and he made his run at the perfect moment. And he's a nice horse, Martoom. He was weighted to beat Power Surge on their clash at Rose Hill on the 26th of October.
Yeah, it was a good finish that, but he had the last drop on them there, Martoom, and Johnny Grisdale well ridden to 460, 150 Power Surge. Gold Mark ran a nice race there at nice odds too, and pays $3.70 the place, and it's $7 Quinella, $12.50 Exacta, and $163.90 Trifecta. Fourth was number 1, and that was Flatter. 665.30 will be the first 4 there on 3, 2, 8 and 1. Few disappointment. County was a terrific run, and when he won at Moonee Valley after a very good third at Caulfield, has had the 5 starts, 3 wins and 2 placings, and the Paul Perry horses seem to go very, very well, as we know, in Melbourne. So there's the runners parading for race 4 on the card. There's the number 2 horse, Comba Muse, and was a winner at Victoria Park 2 runs back, and then 5th at Caulfield in the Tupperware there behind True Glow. That was a good run too. and Combamuse Patrick Payne rides today. Let's check out the next horse there in the parade yard is Koala, and Brett Preble rides today. 1-2 starts back. That was the 28th of September. It's had a freshen up and then went to Caulfield after a little freshen up there. Had 8th, disappointed in that race actually, the Tupperware behind True Glow, and has had another freshen up again. So fresh for this race. There's Demine, second up after a spell today, and is trained by John Hawkes. Could run a cheeky race, and then further over. Let's have a look at number 5 there, and that's Craigley, who is well in the market too, as $9.50. Nice win at Rosehill 2 starts back. Kim Moore, of course, has just won the last race at Randwick with Martoom, and we'll be looking for a double with this one. So Craigley at Flemington. Be nice, wouldn't it? $9.50 and $3.10. Has got a very good chance too. Steve King to ride. Ice Cream, Darren Gauchi's ride. Trained by Johnny Hawkes as well. He's got a couple of runners. It's by Quest for Fame. Its last win was back in the winter months, but it's run a nice race at Caulfield last start behind Blur, went 5th. What else can we show you here? Cool As, yep, a good chance at $14, and Greg Childs rides today. Racing really consistently without winning, and its second at Moonee Valley behind Ride last start was a very nice run at the night meeting, a colt by Costa de Lago. Looking down to number 8 here now, and that is Deputy Head, and Luke Curry rides today. Long odds for Deputy Head, and form has been, well, its best run was 2 starts back at Cranbourne, went 3rd. There's Natural Blitz, a realistic chance too by De Hare, this colt, and not far off them last start at Flemington when unlucky behind Delago Brom. Was a good run that day, so it is a chance, Natural Blitz. And Shintaro, given some chance at $23, lightly raced, a winner at Kyneton of a Class 1 last start by Fuji Kaseki, this one. Russell Cameron trains. Now, we didn't see number 1, and he's, there he is. He's a good look at this bloke, Chester County, and this chestnut colt by Hennessy. Paul Perry trains, and the Pumper to ride. It was a terrific win at Moonee Valley, and he sat wide in that race. He looks to be beautifully suited in this 1,400-metre race there at Flemington today. The second elect, Ice Cream on the 3rd line, and then Cape Kennedy. So Craigley. Cool As is given a chance. It's in a point, and Brian Cox is the trainer. Let's go back to the track and hear what Brian feels about the chances of Cool As.
Okay, Brian, you've got Cool As in the Interlink Stakes. How do you think he'll go?
I think he'll run a very tidy race because the horse has kept improving, so just like you can always go forward here, but you can always go back when you go back to the bush. So I think we've come here, so we've got to give him a go, you know.
It's a pretty tough race, isn't it?
Very tough race. So like the owner said, we can always go backwards. So we're here. So if we don't go any good, we'll go backwards.
And then you've got in the Roadshow Welter, the Village Roadshow Welter, you've got British Busco lining up.
He's going good, the horse, because he ran a fantastic race at Moonee Valley first up. Then he ran a fantastic race at the Seymour Cup, you know. And if he goes as good as Seymour, I think he'll be very competitive.
Looking for the 2,000 now?
I think so, yes.
All right, one of the each-way chances in the race, Cool As, and Brian Cox, the trainer there. Now, we have a couple of very good races to come yet from New Zealand from Riccarton, and we'll be coming into the 1,000 guineas at Group 1 over 1,600 for the 3-year-old fillies there, and we'll have another look at that soon. Flemington, and the runners head to the start. There's been good support for Cape Kennedy. Alf gave it a realistic chance. It's on the 3rd line. Ice Cream at nice odds. Sir Craigley is at $9.40, but Chester County, who is certainly showing very good form, winning 3 of its last 4, and has just continued to improve through its career so far, this horse by Hennessy, and certainly looks to have a very big future too. This is for the 3-year-old fillies. It is the 1,000 guineas at Group 1, and the Jewel is the favourite here, and the Jewel, having won its last 2 starts, this filly by O'Reilly, and is the favourite for the 1,000 guineas in front of Diamond Like, number 6, who's unbeaten, 2 starts, 2 wins. So Diamond Like must be given another very good chance here by Danehill, this filly. And then to Raspberry Ripple on the 3rd line, and it's had a couple of runs back from a spell and is in with a show too. 13, 4, 16, 2 and 3 make up the top 8, but those 2 fillies at the top, they certainly look the ones to beat there, the Jewel and also Diamond Like. Let's take a break. We're back with more soon on Sky Racing for this Saturday. Building stakes for the 3-year-olds. Been a very good betting race, but Chester County has been favourite right throughout for Paul Perry and Jim Cassidy, who rode the horse when it won at Moonee Valley. It's at $3.20. Koala is the second elect here at $7. Has had a freshen up, and Cape Kennedy down there, down the bottom at number 11, who won very nicely last start too. And that was at Werribee when it won its maiden. Bit of a jump in class today, but shows promise. Sir Craigley in with a show too, from the market there at $8.10, and its win 2 starts back in Sydney was a beauty. And Ice Cream from the John Hawkes stable has had 2 runs back, and it looks well placed here at $8.90. Natural Blitz, Cool As, and Cobra Moose given chances too, as these runners are moving in pretty well over the 1400.
Chester County coming off a run at Caulfield, 1,200 metres, went back to the 1,000, up to the 1,400 today. The pumper aboard. The lights are blinking here at the 1,400, and the line is good now. Set to run. They're off and running. Left in a pretty good line too. Let's have a look. One of the first out here is Cape Kennedy. Bounce quickly with Koala away fast. And with those Craigley and Cobra Muse from the outside, and also Chester County punching up towards the lead, and with it in the early point is Dominique. Terrific charge, and Chester County working, but led now from Cobra Muse. Dominique, the grey Cape Kennedy pushed up third, Dominique fourth, a length and a half Deputy Head. Further back then Koala, then came very wide as Anshintaro, followed by Sir Craigley, now easing back a little. Further back then Cool As, and they're followed over on the inside by Ice Cream. Around the outside Cobra Muse track wide, but he's gone up to head off Chester County. They're a length in front now from Deputy Head, and Cape Kennedy pushing up in the middle. And Shintaro deep. Further back in the race then Dominique from Koala. Then Sir Craigley, Natural Blitz. Well back in the race is Ice Cream, Chatline, and Cool As. They're in the straight, 450 out. Cobra Muse and Chester County, a length and a half Deputy Head. Cape Kennedy struggling, and further out now is Anshintaro coming at them quickly. Anshintaro got them in a couple of bounds, and Cool As is after it. Anshintaro the leader. Cool As is coming at it. They'll come away and fight it out with Cool As getting to Anshintaro at the 150. Cool As takes the lead from Anshintaro. Natural Blitz and Cobra Muse, but Cool As is sprinting away, and Cool As wins by nearly 2 lengths to Anshintaro. Out wide Natural Blitz got third, fourth home Cobra Muse, then Deputy Head. Further back then Chester County folded from Ice Cream, followed by Dominique, Sir Craigley, well back Chatline, Cape Kennedy and Koala.
Number 7, the winner, that was Cool As for Greg Charles, 13.10 for the win, 3.50 for the place. Number 10 is second, Anshintaro, a dividend of 5.70. Third, 9, Natural Blitz at 3.30.
Number 7, the winner, and number 7, Cool As, written by Greg Charles. Number 7, 7, 10 and 9. 7, 10 and 9, 7, 10, 9. Dean, did you get time to get to the tote to get on the Quadella there, mate?
Oh, very sad, Brian. I had a good bet each way on the winner, but yeah, unfortunately, nothing for the Quinella.
All right, well, your summation was perfect. Anshintaro track wide, but quickly got to them at the 300. Didn't he get there quickly?
Yeah, he...
Starter has them. Couple of attendants in. One climbs with Ice Cream. They're away now. And a beautiful start, in fact, with Ice Cream jumping well. Cape Kennedy going forward in the early part. Koala is up there as well. Cobra Muse is with them. And as they settle down, just easing off those horses was Deputy Head and Sir Craigley. As they've settled down now, and it's still a great charge for the lead. And going forward, Chester County finds it now at the 1,000. He's done some work, but it's Chester County on top. Cobra Muse with him on the outside and pours the pressure on. Cape Kennedy third, Dominique is fourth, and then Deputy Head. Koala the inside, and Shintaro wide, and they're followed by Sir Craigley, Chatline. Natural Blitz 3 deep at the tail of the field around Cool As, and Ice Cream on the rail. Cobra Muse the leader. Chester County let him go up the side and sat a length and a half away. Cape Kennedy third, Deputy Head's moving up early as they sweep around the home turn, and they're followed by Domini, and then Anshintaro wider out. Koala behind them under the whip, and Natural Blitz pulls out around Chatline, and Cool As the widest runner, passing the 400 metres now. And here's Chester County coming out after the leader, but Anshintaro sprinted hard and went straight past them, racing a little greenly, and Cool As is his big danger at the 200. Cool As immediately swept past Anshintaro. Natural Blitz is making ground, and then Cobra Muse, but it's Cool As pulling away, and Cool As in the run home for Greg Childs wins it by 2. Anshintaro. Natural Blitz grabs third ahead of Cobra Muse. Deputy Head battled on okay. Then came Sir Craigley, trailed by Chester County, and he was followed further back by Ice Cream Domini, and then came Chatline, and at the end of the field were Koala and Cape Kennedy.
Nice win. A few disappointments, including the favourite, but there he was, Cool As. Ryan Cox would be very happy there. It's been so consistent, and now breaks through to win the listed Interlink Stakes for the 3-year-olds. Greg Childs waving to the crowd there, and Shintaro second at big odds, and Natural Blitz at good odds getting third. Cobra Moose was fourth, 149.40 Quinella, 303 the exacta, $3,069 the 7-10-9 trifecta, and somebody's happy. The first four, $66,351.10. Keep the change, thank you. Struth. Somebody's just done a double backflip with degree of difficulty 52. Now, New Zealand race 9. There's 1,000 guineas for the fillies coming up. Dancing in the Sun. For Gary Grills there has had support. It's into $13 here. Good race this. Group 1 race for the fillies. And Dancing in the Sun was a winner 2 starts back, then a very good second at its next run there at Tiurapa. Won at Trentham 2 runs back. Diamond Like will show an enormous promise that it's only 2 runs there. And it's 2 wins out of 2 starts. Bring it right in. This filly by Dane Hill. Dane Hill Tristalove. So beautifully bred filly. Diamond Like. It's into 290. Then let's look over to this other favourite here, down the bottom. The other one, of course, Raspberry Ripple. It's now at $6.30. Raspberry Ripple has had a couple of runs back from a spell. Digger McClellan over there to ride today, and Raspberry Ripple, one of the leading hopes here. And the other one there is the Jewel, of course. Raspberry Ripple. We've seen race in Australia, a race at Caulfield there, was 6th at Ellerslie, but it was unlucky last start. There's a filly by Quest for Fame. And the Jewel is the other interesting runner, having won its last 2 starts by O'Reilly. This filly, 5 starts, 3 wins. So some promising 3-year-olds going around in the Group 1. Riccarton 1,000 guineas coming up soon. Doomben, Riccarton for this 1,000 guineas at Group 1. Are about to watch the fillies go around over the 1,600. So let's link up with Trackside New Zealand for race 9.
A good race, 2 starts back. Voxini to come in. The last 2 will be Voxini and Swan Lake to join the line now over at the 1,600 metre starting barrier. Swan Lake has been waiting there to go in last. Great lineup of fillies for this New Zealand Bloodstock 1,000 guineas. Swan Lake and Noel Harris, the last to join them now. Kevin Ogden takes his place on the starting stand. So Swan Lake being pushed in. The colours of Jim Campins, won this race a couple of times before. They're set. One rearing in the air at the moment. Is it Deutsche Express just going off a little bit? One of them about the middle anyway. Settles down. They're racing and practically all together, and the best out, Cheedy straight to the front.